Oh my gosh, right now we are out and there's a periscope taking pictures of us in the water. This is so freaky.
What are you doing inside so many water? This is so much water to be on. This one is unbelievable. Wow, I'm always surprised when I see people, my friends, moving on things on top of so much water like that. It's crazy. Good vibes source.
This will make you question reality. Just yesterday, sky observers in many places claimed to have photographed a giant eye deep within the clouds. The image shows that this is not a normal overlap of light and shadow. A giant pupil clearly appears in the rolling white clouds, blinking slightly as the clouds move and even reflecting the details of light refraction. Some speculate that this might be a coincidence of high-altitude air currents and optical phenomena. Others firmly believe it goes far beyond natural explanations. Scientists have attempted to analyze it using meteorology, suggesting it is a visual illusion caused by ice crystal refraction and air current turbulence. However, other researchers have raised doubts. If it were truly a coincidence, why does its shape resemble a human eye so closely? More bizarrely, in videos filmed in different regions and with different equipment, the same eye structure appears. Could this phenomenon align with the ancient myth of the heavenly eye?
That one, how? That one is not real. It's not AI. It's crazy stuff going on. Aye, what type of soil is this?
เบิ้งครับจะมี2ตัวอยู่บ่ควายนี่ควาย
60 ตัว
มันแยกเลยพี่น้องมันแยกแล้ว
แม่นบ่ทัน
I'm curious what our friends here are up to.
2นี่เลยกูเบิ้งตรงเบิ้งพี่น้องสิแม่น2อยู่บ่ตามไปเบิ้งกัน
Looks like they are finding something.
บุญไปน้ำกันครับให้เบิ้งบรรยากาศไปน้ำพี่น้อง
เขากำลังเกี่ยวข้าวค่ะ
เขากำลังเกี่ยวข้าวแม่นเบิดเลยพี่น้องเดินมานี่แล้วข่อยเสียวเบิดนี่มันจะมีเจี๊ยเพิ่นว่าบ่เบิดบ่มีเพิ่นว่า
What could they be here?
เดินมาโกนก่อน
Okay. Oh, there's a hole here. They must be finding something. Something, some animal there that they are supposed to turn to food. Oh, this one we also have them from this side of the world. But not from this side of the world. People use different techniques. Like there's things that you can put on top of those holes. Containers, and when those containers you drum them in a certain rhythm, those things just come up themselves. But it's interesting to see how other people do it in different sides of the world. Okay, this is in China land. Even look at the soil there. Hey. Wow, this is good vibes.
ตามการคาดคะเนเบิ่งจากควายแล้ว
But now that poor animal that is inside there does not know what is awaiting them. Wow, they are probably living their last breaths right now when they are being found. You see how they have stayed far from humans. This was they don't want to be found. But good vibes shows humans are really evasive. They go even deeper to where these guys have been hiding. That's their home. Yeah. Okay, good vibes. So let's hope that child of God does that.
This isn't a physical defect, but rather a carefully honed form of body language. This seemingly awkward walking posture, known in Japan as pai-toeing, is considered a symbol of elegance and gentleness. In ancient Japan, women wore kimonos, tightly bound at the waist and narrow at the hem. Large strides could easily cause them to trip, so they learned to walk with small steps, toes slightly inward, a safe and elegant way. Over time, this gait became a language of beauty, symbolizing modesty, restraint, and femininity. Geisha schools even teach this walking style, with strict guidelines for everything from stride length and center of gravity to hand placement, all aimed at cultivating an understated elegance. In Japanese culture, body language is far more important than words. A gentle nod signifies respect, a smile conveys warmth, and even when unhappy, a smile maintains social harmony. The Japanese believe that true charm lies not in display but in restraint.
Hey, wow, if that is true, it's strange. Those guys must be really tired. Ay. Wow. Ay. What's going on here? Ah, what type of machine is this? The things have stuck or what's up? Hey, English people, what's the issue with this machine? Is it working normally? See, from this side of the world, we don't have things like this. I've never seen one. What's going on? Is it supposed to blow up after it has removed all of those things, or what's happening? Hi! Oh, our friend here wanted to buy one, and now you have had to buy several because the thing was stuck. This is unbelievable. Hey! Or does the machine also have glitch? Wow, he got several of them now. Wow.
If we're in a simulation, is sleep just loading up the next day? Maybe that's why when you don't sleep, things start to get all weird and distorted, because the new stuff didn't get a chance to load in, so everything's all glitchy. And maybe fainting is like a forced restart to update all the stuff around you. And sneezing is just a quick refresh. That's why you can't keep your eyes open. Is the reason half the world is always asleep so they don't have to render everything for everyone all at once? What would happen if everyone on Earth was awake at the same time? Would that crash the game or make it laggy? Or what if we all tried to go to sleep at the same time? Maybe when you can't fall asleep, it's because the sleep servers are full? If a dream is a single-player simulation, is real life a multiplayer dream?
The people I worked for in the end of the days, you're talking roughly about 8,500 people on this world who run the show. And they are like who I was. Completely afraid, nearly dead, filling up the holes daily, never enough, surfing the monster of greed, the monster of more. And there comes Lucifer.
What?
And nature was nothing. It was to be destroyed. We were hating everything what represents life, what represents the creator of heaven and earth. Don't take this very light. My turning point was that I was so good in everything I did with my team that I was, in their opinion, ready for the last stage, to be invited and sacrifice of children. That hits me. That was really going through my bunker. I couldn't handle it.
Can I tell y'all why I will always be fascinated with black people? I don't think we know enough about black people. Did you know that the blackest person is black? Well, duh. But did you also know the whitest person on earth is black? They're called albino. They are not Caucasian. That's fascinating. Think about it. Black people come in every shade. Every shade. No other race can do that. Like as a white man, I can be very, very pale, but white. Or I can have some pigment to me, have a little tan, but that's still Caucasian, But black people can straight up have white skin and not be Caucasian. They can straight up have black skin and, still be black. I think that's crazy. It's fascinating. They fit every shade from white to light white to darker white to mixed to light skin to darker light skin to just black. Every shade from white to black and in between. I don't think we know enough about black people.
Oh, good vibe source. What do you think about our friend's opinion? I sounds like a good vibe soul.
Look not upon me because I am black.
He said, don't look upon me because I'm so dark. He wasn't just black. He was blue-black. He was dark. Why was he that dark, Reed?
Because the sun hath looked upon me.
Because what?
because the sun have looked upon me.
There's only one people that get dark, dark, dark when the sun looks upon them. Others get sunburned.
Yeah.
Others get red. But there's only one people that get dark. Watch this. Give me Job. Job chapter 30 and verse 30.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30.
Job also was an Israelite. Read.
My skin is black.
He said what?
My skin is black.
He said, my skin is black. Now, when church, for some reason, we don't ever see these scriptures. Let's get Jesus Christ himself. Revelations 1. Revelation's the first chapter.
I feel like we have to confirm this one.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Read.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ. The root word of revelation is revealing. The revealing of Jesus Christ, right? Give me verse 12.
Verse 12.
Read.
And I turned to see the voice that spoke with me.
This is John the Revelator writing, because he was instructed that whatever you see with your eyes, you're going to write it in this book. So John said, I turned to see the voice that spoke to me. Come on.
And being turned,
Read.
I saw 7 golden
He
candlesticks.
says, being turned, I saw 7 golden candlesticks. You can see, well, I have it on my back, or it's on his shirt. He's seen a menorah.
Oh, it's either.
Read.
And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks,
Behind the menorah, read.
one like unto the Son of Man.
Ah, that one is interesting, my friends. Interesting. All for entertainment purposes.
That the human
Anyway.
race is indeed a hybrid race. The evidence is literally overwhelming. And if you dig into it and you study it and you evaluate it seriously, you reach the same conclusions. Every major religious philosophy in our history, on every part of this planet, whether it's in Europe, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Hinduism, every major human religious endeavor has told the basic same story. The human race is a hybrid race. We have been created here. We were seeded here. And we have been genetically manipulated here from the very beginning of our recorded history. And that genetic manipulation has never ceased. It is still going on, as Cecilia likes to say, even as we speak. So, I reached that conclusion, and I will not argue with anybody about it. I simply say to you, look at the evidence. I am a student of history. I studied theology. I studied philosophy. I became interested many, many years ago when it dawned on me that much of the Bhagavad Gita was in detail specifically identical to much of the Sermon on the Mount. The teachings of the carpenter from Galilee are almost identical to the teachings of Krishna, the great Hindu leader of the Hindu faith. And I think from what they've been able to piece together, Krishna's period of time was roughly 1,000 or 2,000 years before Christ was born. The point I'm making here is that every major religious philosophy on this planet tells us identically the same story. And you have to look at the evidence to see it. I will just quickly touch upon the fact, and in chapter 6, I think, in the book of Genesis, there are people, there are entities. In the old Hebrew, they called them Elohim. It's a translation roughly meaning those who came down from above. It was mistranslated over the years as the sons of the gods. But the Elohim in the book of Genesis are saying, and this is a quote, "Let us, plural, create man in our, plural, image." And when I was a boy, I used to ask my preacher, I used to go to Sunday school, my goodness, what does that mean? And it was amazing how many times most of the preachers would say, we'll discuss that later. Or they didn't have an answer for you. I always wondered about that passage in the book of Genesis. Let us create man in our image. Who are they? Who are the plurals? You know, I was told by the preacher that we were all created by God. Well, I began digging and digging and digging, and I was a very nasty little student. I never accepted a lot of their answers. And I have to share this quickly with you. My wife was also thrown out of the church a few years ago for taking on the Vatican and the Catholic hierarchy about the same kind of issues. And I'm very proud of her for that. Anyhow, where am I here? All right, the human race is a hybrid. We have been seeded here. The evidence is overwhelming, and I refer you to Sitchin's work. And in my book, which is coming out this summer, I have about a 10-page bibliography of other works that you can research and find out what I'm talking to you about. Apparently, this seems to be what has happened. Several 100,000 years ago, an intelligent race from somewhere else out there came by the planet, knew of the planet, stopped at the planet, and found a developing form of life here. Now, there are theories that the original seeding itself was done by an intelligent race from other places. But some of the theories have stated that this advanced intelligence was on an excursion, a trip, and they stopped off here and found a developing form of life and decided to manipulate that developing form of life into a higher form. And they've been involved in that off and on, but continually, for at least 100,000 years. When I studied anthropology some years ago, I always wondered why poor old Neanderthal suddenly disappeared in terms of time.
This is why no one can go outside the earth. If you can take a flight and pass all the 7 clouds, up there you will find something very strange. Because up over those clouds, 7 clouds, there is something like an ocean. What? A very big ocean with very heavy waves. That ocean is what holds the sun, the moon, and the stars, and everything that belongs to the space. So if you can take a flight to that ocean, there is nowhere else you can go because of the waves which are there. And there the waters are very hot because of the sun. The sun is inside there, the moon is inside there, and all the stars. So there is no how you can go beyond that. Anyone who says has ever went to space, this is the space. Here you can't survive. There is no how you can survive. The hotness of that water, there is no how you can survive.
Wow. Wow, how is that true? Man, good vibes soul of Earth. This one is for entertainment.
I just want to say, was that the greatest flyover ever? Nobody's ever done a flyover like that. Whoever flies Air Force One, the best pilots, and we just saw that. That was great.
King of English
So we have a good game.
funny good vibes guy. The things he does is just mind blowing.
Mars the only planet that you were stationed on, or did you have any other experiences perhaps on the moon?
I mean, I've did training on the moon, been back and forth to the moon a few times, but didn't really live there, wasn't really stationed there. Was stationed on Mars in the MDF and stationed on a ship when I was a pilot. And have, you know, been around the solar system, but never really lived or been stationed on another planet or another satellite.
What is the name of the moon base?
Luna Operations Command. What I can remember of it being inside of it, it's a pretty big facility. It's multiple levels. I remember going up and down an elevator, you know, multiple levels, multiple floors to go to different sections. What I thought was interesting about it was I was expecting to see all of this super modern, high-tech construction and hardware, like it was all, you know, built from the future, when the truth is it's all built decades in the past. And so you actually have some sections that appear pretty old.
Okay, that one I'm speechless.
You will learn that a 0 was like this, right? That means nothing, right?
Right.
You take a 1 and a 0, what do you have?
10.
You add another 0.
100.
Add another 0.
1,000.
Add another 0.
10,000.
But you were taught that it means nothing. And in the bank it means a lot of money. A 0 is the most powerful number in the world. Look how your money multiplies.
Right, right.
And the 3 L's is what you learn, not the 3 R's. The 3 R's reading and writing, arithmetic, That's a myth. Because arithmetic spells with the A and right spells with the W. How can they be the 3 R's? But they are 3 letters, 3-letter L's. Look, listen, and you will always learn. That's how we learn, by looking and listening. Otherwise, then we'll never learn nothing if we don't look and listen. We people of color got to have it and say, stop yelling at me. I hear you. I don't want you to hear me. I want you to listen to me. This is hearing. But this is listening when I'm talking directly to you. So stop telling people to stop yelling at you. You hear them. They don't want you to hear them. They want you to listen to them.
Wow, good vibes, grandpa there. Drop some wisdom.